tradition. You can't buy it. It's earned the hard way over decades and eras. On the field, on the road, in the mud. With guts and with grit, and firm belief that today could be our day. The Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup is back. Still alive, still kicking, the oldest prize in American soccer. 96 teams, part-timers to major leaguers. Survive and move on, lose, and you go home. So we call all underdogs dreamers and believers. And we ask you again one simple question. Are you up for the cup?
Closing out round 2 of the 2025 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup tonight from Starfire Sports Complex in Tukwila, Washington. It's Tacoma Defiance of MLS Next Pro and Spokane Velocity FC of USL League One. With the former pro striker Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Josh Eastern. The schedule for the U.S. Open Cup, the third round, will be in 2 weeks' time. We'll have the draw for the third round tomorrow afternoon. It'll be at 1 p.m. Eastern time. That will be on the CBS Sports Galazzo Network. 16 USL Championship teams coming in the next round. 16 MLS teams coming in the round of 32. Going back to round number 1. Tacoma Defiance taking on Washington Athletic Club. Hervé Diesse, the coach, said when we had to face some adversity, they went down early, but then it was 3 unanswered.
It wasn't the best start for Tacoma Defiance, but he galvanized the troops and they fought and they found a way to find the back of net. From that moment on, they were dominant, they were free-flowing, and they were confident in that final third. You look at this side, they have a lot of attacking power. First 10 to 15 minutes, how quickly can they get in a rhythm?
For Spokane Velocity, this was a game that went to extra time, but Anwar Pelaez laid on, ended up winning it.
Lee Beedman needs to be very pleased because his striker saw the ball hit the back of the net, and there was a little bit of chaos, but what a save this is from Bilicek, the way that he just pushes it up and over his crossbar. And again, a little bit of chaos offside by the slightest of margins, but yet you survive and you advance for Spokane Velocity, and it's a fantastic matchup between these two clubs.
Second straight season, Spokane beat Ballard. Now, these two Washington clubs, the starting lineups here tonight. A few changes for both teams from round number 1.
I think you look at this Tacoma Defiance side, he has to come down to Brunel and Kingston. They'll be the double pivot because Hervé Diesse, he wants to play fluid, he wants to be on the ball, but so does Spokane Velocity. Vignoles, Meredith, Denton, they in their own rights want to take the game away from Tacoma Defiance so they can apply a lot of pressure between Pelaez, and he's going to stay high, and he needs to be really active, the number 16 for Spokane Velocity.
So that gets us set for first kick tonight. It will be Tacoma in the black and gray. It will be Spokane in the all blue. The second straight round that Spokane Velocity coming to Western Washington. About a 5-hour drive from Spokane. They just played over the weekend in Greenville, but they are ready to go on the field for this one tonight. Starfire has seen a lot of famous U.S. Open Cup nights. This is the 30th Open Cup game Starfire will host in the modern era. Our referee tonight is Christopher Calderon. There is the whistle. We are underway. It's Tacoma Defiance and Spokane Velocity. It's been a pretty even start to the season, I think it's fair to say, for Spokane. 1 win, 1 loss, 1 draw. That's good for 4 points. They just got their first win over the weekend in league play against Greenville Triumph, who went out of the Open Cup tonight. They won that game by 4-0. Javier Martin Hill, Luis Hill, and Anwar Pelaez scored a brace on the night for Spokane. Lee Veidman said the guys worked really hard defensively. Thought overall the team played well, going on the road all the way out east to take on Greenville, a perennial power in USL League One. And that was good enough for Spokane's first win of the season.
It's a lot of travel for Spokane Velocity. to go to the East Coast to come back here to the West Coast and have to perform days after. So again, you want to get on the ball. You want to play this game at your speed because there is a little bit of rotation within the side for Lead Wiedemann. I do think how do you use your experience and how do you start this game on the front foot will be crucial to the success for the Velocity.
Free kick at midfield on the way for Tacoma. Kingston will put this back in play for Tacoma Defiance. The last game Tacoma did play was the first round game a couple of weeks ago against Washington Athletic Club. Talking to head coach Hervé Diesse, said it was an emotional challenge. There were a lot of players on the other side of the field that had formerly played for Tacoma. The likes of Dylan Tevez in goal, a former academy player, and Seth Kirawala as well for Tacoma Defiance. As Tacoma's coming forward early here, and it's put home! June Mo Kang for Tacoma Defiance, 2 minutes in, 1-0.
Fantastic start for Tacoma Defiance. We've talked about them wanting to be proactive. I love this little loop and run from Gomez, and notice the movement or lack thereof from Desario. Have to think he's going for goal, but he mishits it, and Kang is there at the far post. Thank you very much. Ishjom just falls asleep. What a start this is for the MLS Next Pro side.
Junmo Kang, the 23-year-old South Korean, his first season here with Tacoma. Last played for Anshan Greeners, the second division in Korea. Actually spent quite a bit of time in Germany as well, playing for the second teams of Greuther Fürth, Dynamo Dresden, and Mainz. And now finds himself here stateside and on the score sheet in the Open Cup.
Love the recognition from De Rosario, understanding the back line for Spokane Velocity is going to be dropping deep, so he just hangs out about 6 yards out. And as this ball comes across, he's trying to simply guide it into that far post. And the weak-sided attacker, Kang, doing what you need to do, crashing that far post, and he gets rewarded.
Hervé Diesse said coming into play, there's a lot of excitement, and he said we want to use the advantage of us being a little bit younger, exploit that youthfulness, exploit that energy that we might have over Spokane. When you look at the starting lineup for Tacoma, the oldest player is the goalkeeper, Jacob Castro, 25. The oldest field player is Yusuke Nome at 24 years old. A little bit different than the youngest player for Spokane, being Masango Akale at 22 years old. That also, you look at it on the other side from Spokane and say, all right, we go down early, we've been there, we've done that before.
Yeah, you don't press the panic button. You continue to do what Lead Wiedemann has instilled in this side. This side all went to the USL League One final last season, so they know how to deal with a little bit of adversity. So expect them to get on the ball and let the ball do all the work and try to open up gaps and being patient within their build-out.
To move this out wide. Chance to cross in. Stuart Hawkins there. Another opportunity here for Spokane. And that shot just over the bar. Neil Vignals trying his luck.
He's a player that can be so crucial for the Spokane side. Right foot, left foot, likes to play sentry and loves to combine with the players around him. Good effort from Vignals.
This is technically the second appearance for Tacoma Defiance in the U.S. Open Cup, or Seattle Sounders 2. That's what they competed under back in 2015. They beat the Kitsap Pumas and Portland Timbers 2 before being ousted by Real Salt Lake in that competition in the third round. A little bit different now with the MLS Next Pro sides able to enter this competition as started last year. Saw another USL League One versus MLS Next Pro matchup just go final with Chattanooga Red Wolves taking down Chattanooga FC. And an inter-city battle, this an interstate battle, and a good pass ahead for Martin Gil. It's blocked out of play, and it's a corner kick on the way for Spokane Velocity.
Nice little move from Hernandez. Nice reverse ball into his outside back heel. Moments like this can be really important for a Spokane Velocity side. With the experience, the physical dominance that they have, Marcelo Lodge, Miller, Ishjong will be the intended targets. And notice the traffic right in front of Castro. So if you're a goalkeeper, you have to be very good at commanding your 6-yard box.
It'll be an in-swinger from the far side and on to the roof of the net. Getting the start in goal today is Jacob Castro, a first-team player for Seattle, as this is played long over the top, and a whistle here will stop play. Castro has pretty much been the number 3 keeper behind Andrew Thomas and Stefan Fry. Couple of first-team players starting tonight. Cody Baker, Travian Sousa, Stuart Hawkins. All of them bounce up and down between the first team and Tacoma Defiance here as well. Play this in the box. It's Bryce Meredith stepping over. And the decision is corner kick. First of the game coming for Tacoma. And Peter Kingston will stride over to take it.
Notice how Spokane is electing to high press from a goal kick from Tacoma Defiance. Really clever from Kingston to let the ball just come across his body and relieve some of that pressure. It ends up in a corner kick here.
Another in-swinger. Ishjom up to head it clear. Travian Sousa moves it out wide. Sousa, the delivery, putting it in a good area. De Rosario, I believe it was handled. And a free kick back to Spokane. Foul at midfield. Travian Sousa committing that foul. Some of the Sounders brass sitting on the far side there on the top row of the bleachers, as they normally do. Long switch of play. Masango Akale. Great first touch. Akale. Still weaving. Still Akale. Good skill shown here. Played back post and cleared away.
Great touch.
And now it's Tacoma coming back the other way. De Rosario. And a throw in one by Tacoma. That's well done.
Good individual play from Akale and then De Rosario. Just showing off their technical ability. Come to one tight spaces.
Cody Baker able to play this back for Jacob Castro. Down the line and trying to play in behind. Cut off before it got to Sebastian Gomez. Spokane can get back on the ball. Two teams that ultimately like to possess the ball. Spokane here settling in early on. Trying to play over the top. Stuart Hawkins, the header. Second ball picked up. Here's Pelaez and a whistle. It'll be a free kick to Spokane.
Just talked about how Spokane wants to possess the ball, and they want to break through lines. But with Anwar Pelaez, they have the ability to go direct, and in doing that, now second balls becomes that much more important Fantastic recognition here from Hernandez. It's the outstretched arm of Souza that catches him. I think a player that Leaf even wants to get more involved. Neil Vigneault's number 10 underneath Belize. If you can get him, now your front three can be a little bit more dynamic with their movements.
Now the free kick. The heads go up, aiming for Bryce Meredith, who's 6'4" in there. Right off the face of Gomez. Play on, at least for now. Marky Hernandez, deflected cross, nodded away. And here's Gomez, shaken up, but right back to it. Making sure he's not bleeding. Through the middle. Sukanome moves it out wide for Kang. Sukanome lofts it up. Tacoma Defiance able to keep it. Souza. Kang, the goal scorer. Plays it off again. Needs Kingston to play it back centrally, and Tacoma taking some time on the ball. There's Cody Baker, who's coming to a more central role now. Swing around to the near side. Kang down the line, touched out of play. Decision is throw-in deep in that corner.
Good spell of possession for Tacoma Defiance. Very patient and methodical the way that they build out. So if you are Hervé Diesse, you have to be really pleased with the maturity shown from your young men.
One comes towards the edge of the area. Deflecting out. It's a corner kick coming for Tacoma. Corner kick, sent back post. Kang there to collect. Swing and a miss on the clearance, but Spokane still an opportunity to run with the Kale. Kale cuts it in, Kang stepped in. Now Ish Jom. And more space down the line for Jack Denton. Meredith. Meredith signed to a 25-day contract. His first pro season out of Lehigh, and then Memphis is where he last played his college soccer. Started in the first round as well against Ballard FC. It was Ballard FC, the USL League 2 team that actually won USL League 2 National Championship a couple years ago on this field. Flag up for offside against Spokane. Now back for a free kick for Tacoma. This is a Spokane team that at the end of last year underwent a lot of adversity. They finished the regular season winless in 7. They had lost 5 straight before a draw at the end of the season, and went into the playoffs, and all of a sudden, they got a 3-0 win against Northern Colorado, a penalty kick win against Madison. But Union Omaha just a little bit too much for them in the final, a 3-0 win for Omaha. I don't think there was anybody beating Omaha a year ago.
Almost untouchable. Dominic Casciato and Union Omaha. We're about 7 minutes away from advancing to the next round against 2014 MLS All-Stars, Des Moines Menace. What a job Levy was able to do with this Spokane side to get the best out of their side, because it's not easy, like you said, Josh. The run that they went on going into the playoffs. Watch out, that's an arm from Miller, excuse me, from Yamada that catches Elias. It would have been really easy for a lot of the players just to hang their head and walk into the playoffs and lose that initial game. He pressed all the right buttons to get a reaction out of the side as Hernandez picks up yellow and made a fantastic run all the way to the League One final.
Free kick coming for Tacoma after the yellow card. Lee Wiedemann talked about the momentum. He said it's a massive selling point now for this club, saying year one, we were ambitious enough, we made the final. But he said overall, our regular season was average. That's something they're looking to improve upon here in 2025 through 3 matches, a win, a loss, and a draw. They did make a nice run of the Open Cup last year. Going to do so again this year, but they need to come back here. And a free kick for Tacoma swung in. Never got to a gray shirt. Baker up to meet it. Still battling Baker. Here's Musango Akale. He's giving Cody Baker all he can handle on this near side. Baker wins this battle out of play. It's a corner kick on the way.
Great 1v1 defending from Baker. It's not easy to go 1v1 with the tricky and the pace of Akale. Does not leave his feet, continues to move his feet underneath him, and when he takes that long touch, that's when he steps in.
Flags waving here at Starfire. Referee stepping in amidst the train traffic behind the trees. It's an in-swinging ball right towards that near post. Still available. Castro came for it, couldn't get it. And now on the second attempt, he is fouled after he plucked it down.
Top priority for Castro is just to make a play on the ball. Opposition or teammate in front of you, you have to clear them up, and you have to clear this ball up and away. Exactly what Lee Wiedemann's trying to do, trying to impede and just cause a little bit of chaos on every set piece. It's a big test for Castro to show his dominance.
One in the middle, Sukunome, and moved ahead for Kang. Plenty of space now for Junmo Kang. Cross coming in, taken on the volley. Travian Souza trying to meet it, but out of play.
Fantastic work, and I love the aggressive nature from Souza. Left side of your screen unmarked. Just playing off the shoulder. As Gomez comes in, he opens up the path for Souza. Really difficult technique to get it back on target. Good action from Tacoma Defiance.
Cody Baker couldn't get the return ball. And possession turned over by Yu Sukunome. Here's Cameron Miller from nearby Snohomish, Washington. Played his college soccer at Western Washington up in Bellingham. Played forward, Stuart Hawkins stepping in. Tacoma taking some time on the ball. They have the advantage through an early goal. Mo Kang getting on the board for Tacoma.
Tacoma's found the most success when they play quickly in between lines and they have their front three with a lot of mobility, whether it is Kang, Gomez, Sukanome, De Rosario, really testing the shape of this back line for Spokane Velocity since the goal. It's been a bit pedestrian-like and stalls out once they get to that final third. And for Lee Wiedemann's side, you just need to be cleaner on the ball. Too many sloppy giveaways when trying to play out of the back.
For Spokane, they played 3 games in the Open Cup last year. All 3 of them played within a 1-goal margin. As now Castro's under pressure. He turns it over. It's an open goal, but the shot is wide. That could have been trouble again for Castro.
Just far too casual for Castro. Yamada, not enough weight on the ball first enough, but this needs to be a first-time clearance out of your space. Give credit to Anwar Pelaez to cause a little bit of chaos, and Hernandez, about 40 yards out, open goal, needs to be on target. What an opportunity that is for Spokane to draw this match.
Spokane a year ago, 3 games all within 1 goal. This year, the 1-0 win against Ballard, which means another 1-goal margin. All that to say, they've played a lot of close games in the Open Cup in just their 2nd year of existence here.
Good ball.
Trying to switch the point of attack. Souza. Couldn't quite get the return ball. Gomez went into the challenge. And now the referee will bring this back for advantage. It appeared Spokane was going to claim it anyway, and the Spokane bench was a bit confused by it. Able to find some space. Here's Akale and Ishjom on the move. Jom gets end line, squares it. A header away to the top of the area, Akale. And Yusukanome gets it away. Long over the top, Marcelo Lage. Ishjom down the line for Akale. Shoulder to shoulder again with Baker, who's starting to get the better of Akale.
It's been great over the last 5 minutes. Cody Baker, player that is on a first-team contract. Not easy to deal with a player like Akala and Isjome. But he's been flawless in his positioning and his timing, and very comfortable on the ball as well.
Down the line and now infield. Daniels couldn't get there. It was Kento Yamada who stepped in from Vissel Kobe in Japan. Sounders and Japanese club just forming a partnership recently. Here's Isjome. Jome was being pulled back. Free kick on the way for Spokane. Both teams trading spells of time on the ball. Floated forward, Castro read it well. A full-time score from Iowa. Des Moines Menace have been eliminated. Union Omaha moving on. As this ball comes in, the header down. It ends up in the net, but there was a whistle first. No goal. Just a bit too much there. And this one will not count.
Been really impressed with there, Rosario, and his movement and around an 18-yard box. Notice how he plays in between both center backs. A little bit of a push on the back of Marcelo Lage.
So you've gotten away with a few of those.
Always.
Vinyals. Neil Vinyals. His legs taken out. Free kick. Stuart Hawkins will have his name taken.
Talked about Neil Vinyals being a player that needs to become a little bit more influential for Spokane Velocity, because he can produce magic just like this, the ability to bring players in, but also very comfortable in tight spaces. Notice how he just so rolls it right here. Sends Stuart Hawkins packing. It's a follow-through from the center back who overcommits and gets himself in the book, and a really interesting location for Spokane here. Plethora of options. You can go hard to the goalkeeper's side, and notice the left side of the wall. Two of his teammates providing a bit of a screen to Castro underneath the wall is also an option. Or you go with the left footer around the wall from Isjome.
Five-man wall in front of Castro. Vinyals and Jome. Neil Vinyals saved! Jacob Castro there to punch it away, but it's not gone yet. Still bouncing around. And finally Tacoma get it out. A good effort there from the free kick.
Let's go goalkeeper side, Vinyals. Give credit to Castro because he almost gets caught cheating. Takes one step to his right and quickly comes back across. Notice the goalkeeper. Watch his movement here. It's that little bit of a stutter step. If that ball is tucked away in the corner, it's in the back of the net. But he does quite well to recover, not once, just make life difficult for Spokane Velocity.
Neither team with a ton of opportunities so far in this game. A few of the opportunities have come from either a mistake from Jacob Castro or that free kick, and on the other side, Tacoma haven't created much aside from the goal.
Let's continue to break down for the Spokane Velocity side, doing quite well, getting themselves into that final third, but once in the attacking part of their field, just no real creativity. That's when you need to get Vigneault a little bit more involved. He drew the foul for only 10 touches for your number 10. On the other side, Josh for Tacoma Defiance, just get on the ball a little bit more. Sukanome has been really quiet, and he's a player that scored a brace against Washington Athletic Club. Him, Brunel, and Kingston need to find the right amount of balance to play this game on their terms.
Here's Joe. Miller will work it around. Akale. And Ishjom. Here's Akale. Again looking. Akale end line. And it's a corner kick. That ball nearly went out of play initially off Akale. Got the cross away and earned the corner.
And again, going to put a lot of bodies and a lot of traffic in front of Castro, and Neil Vigneault. His desired location is right between that goal line and 6-yard box. Give your side a chance. Just cause a little bit of chaos.
In swinger, and a whistle before it even got started. Castro to put it back in play for Tacoma. They've been off for about 2 weeks now, Tacoma. DSA saying it was a friendly to stay sharp. He worked on a lot of tactical details, but he said he wants his team to take their time to work on those little details within their game model. He said the last 2 weeks mostly have just been for getting healthy. A few injuries to start the season. Slipped on the ball there. Runs out of play and a throw in. Snyder Brunel, who had to get back to his feet quickly. Now Jack Denton. Jome and Akale. Akale crosses and taken by Castro.
Great bit of play here.
Trying to play it down the line for De Rosario. Jome, Lodge, Miller all came over. Joe just able to keep this ball in play. Under 10 minutes to go until the break. Vignals getting away from Brunel. Akale.
Just needs to be quicker.
Vignals. Now everybody back for Tacoma, able to set up their defensive shape.
Exactly why. You have the ability to bypass that initial line of pressure. You need to continue to go and go at pace. As you continue to play negative, now that allows Tacoma Defiance to get every single person behind the ball. And breaking a mid to low block is one of the hardest things to do in this sport.
Trying to go down the right side this time. Hernandez tries to lay it off, comes towards the top of the area. Sukunome to clear. Akale. Now Ishjom sends the cross away, diving header out. Meredith gets it out wide. Again down the right, all floated in back post. Cody Baker off his chest. Akale again. Sukunome for Tacoma. And Brunel connects with Travian Sousa, who has some space on the far side. I know Tacoma having trouble getting out through this Spokane pressure.
Just have a mature feel to them. The Tacoma Defiance side. Well-structured side. Very comfortable in all facets of the game. I love what I've seen from the Rosario. We saw him be involved in the goal, but even that last action, understanding his team needs him to drop in and just be that release valve. Good first touch, good tackling ability and mobility as well.
Gomez, challenge out of play, quick throw incoming. This is lofted into the middle. Jome has to nod this out of play, and a corner kick coming for Tacoma Defiance.
And gets caught sleeping here. As you go quick, your responsibility when you're on the weak side is to crash towards that far post.
Play it short. Gonna lay this off to the end line. And the flag is up for offside. Kingston and Kang trying to play a little two-man game. Didn't quite come off. Big challenge in the middle. And a yellow card to Bryce Meredith.
In the 40th minute, the referee issued a yellow card relating to player number 42.
Rough challenge for Meredith.
Meredith.
Mistimes it, catches Kingston as he elects to leave his feet. Big test in terms of his positioning and discipline for the remainder of this match. Him and Hernandez are the two players in the book for Spokane Velocity.
Final 5 minutes before the break. Tacoma getting a goal very early on in this game, officially in the 3rd minute. It's floated in and taken by Bilichuk. far, Tacoma in the league has played 2 games. They've scored multiple goals in both. A 3-2 loss against Ventura County FC, a team they beat in the playoffs last year. And then a 3-1 win against the Town. Scored 3 goals in 2 straight. You had in the U.S. Open Cup match against WAC, Washington Athletic Club.
What a name.
You like it?
Love it. I was on the call for that game. The player coach was a tremendous conversation.
This is taken, but over the bar for Jacob Castro. Downfield. Floated forward again. Trying to get on it here. Here's Lodge to help move it down the line for Jack Denton. Peter Kingston into the challenge, forced to just dump this out of play.
It's great work from Kingston, the center midfielder, staying like for like with Denton. A recovery run over about 50 to 60 yards, but if you are Lee Wiedman, you need to get Anwar Pelaez more involved. He needs to make himself more available. He's just hanging around on the outside shoulder of the weak-sided center back, not good enough for number 9. There's just no options to play through. That's why you start to see Akale, Vinales, Hernandez take extra touches because the number 9 is just not showing up.
Vinales. Right now, Tacoma having trouble getting on the ball and moving it up the field. Spokane has settled in well after conceding early on. Get out of play and another throw-in on the way. Space on the edge of the area as this ball's played towards the back post. I think you're able to watch it fly out. Final few seconds ticking away from regular time in this first half.
I think Hernandez is caught between 2 minds, trying to go for goal, but also has a quality making a run. Just not clicking thus far for Spokane velocity.
The fourth official signaled there will be a
We enter 2 minutes of stoppage time to close out the first half. Played ahead for Jack Denton. Denton still moves to the far side. Again, that allows Tacoma to get more bodies back behind the ball. Jome for Akale. Jome's cross, headed away by Yamada. 18 Heel not able to get on it. Tacoma looking for a route upfield, and right now they just cannot find anything in the attacking half.
Since going up a goal, it's been Spokane Velocity, the better side. The side that's on the ball, trying to create something in the final third. Tacoma Defiance having a really difficult time just relieving some of the pressure that they've been under, giving the ball over really cheaply. Good run here.
Pelaez, chance to cross, runs all the way through, back post. Shot was scuffed. It's out of play, it's a corner kick.
The first time that we've seen Lamar Pelaez make a run that really tests this back line for Tacoma Defiance. Great secondary option for Hernandez, but if you're Meredith, you have to be yelling at heel to cut this back. You are in acres of space. Better body position, better angle for a shot on target.
In swinger, lifted in. Heads go up, it's a header on target. Castro's able to claim it. I think Castro's content to let this go to the break. And that is exactly what he will do. We have reached the break from Starfire. An early goal from Tacoma has them in the driver's seat in this battle of two teams from the state of Washington.
You're Hervé Diese, the head coach for Tacoma Defiance. You are the happier of the two managers because you're up a goal, but it hasn't been good through the run of play.
Your next Defiance regular season home match will be here at Starfire this Sunday, April 6th at 7 p.m. when Vancouver comes to the town to take on your Defiance.
Back here at Starfire Sports Complex in Tukwila, Washington, wrapping up this second round of the 2025 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. It's Tacoma Defiance 1, Spokane Velocity 0. Just 2 games left in this second round going on as we speak, but from earlier tonight, I think one of the more exciting games, Portland Hearts of Pine taking out Hartford Athletic. That game and the Chattanooga Derby both going to penalties.
Brendan Burke and Hartford Athletics struggling in league play. They get bounced in the Open Cup. FC Tulsa, they go to Madison, they pick up. What about Union Omaha for the 3rd year in a row? They end Des Moines Menace's dreams and hopes to advance in the Open Cup. Ventura County and El Paso Locomotive. 30th minute, El Paso 1-0 up.
Highlights from the first half. If you joined us late, you probably missed the first goal because it happened just over 2 minutes in.
And what I love about the attacking movement for Tacoma Defiance, just look at the numbers inside that 18-yard box. About 4 players and 5 with Souza. The Rosario, he mishits it, but Kang is there to clean up the mess, and he finds the back of the net. And then it became really cagey, Josh. It was all about Spokane velocity, just putting the ball into a dangerous area and really testing Castro. And he wasn't all that convincing, to be fair. Takes that touch, and Hernandez is going to want this one back. 40 yards out, open net, should be finding the back of the net. I thought Souza was really active at that left back position, and that's a foul on De Rosario. A push in the back is a big no-no, and he gets called for a foul to push Marcel Lage. Castro almost gets caught cheating. There is a little bit of spillage, but he does well to recover from his mistake. Not once, but twice. And Tacoma Defiance clear their lines, and they walk into halftime 1-0 up.
Players on the field, and we are almost set to go for half number 2. 45 minutes and maybe more. Former pro striker Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm Josh Eastern. Substitution coming onto the field, Edson Carley.
We have a halftime substitution. Leading the match for your Defiance is number 95, Osase De Rosario.
Osase De Rosario has checked out. It is Edson Carley who has come on. He scored one of the 3 goals for Tacoma in the last round against Washington Athletic Club. There's the whistle, and here we go. Carley, the 17-year-old from Shoreline, Washington, part of the academy. Currently goes to Shorecrest High School.
Feel old?
No, do you?
Yeah.
Tacoma getting that early goal, and now looking for more. Sliding challenge put in from Javier Martin Gil. You said it best, cagey the way to describe it. It was all within or between the two 18-yard boxes pretty much from minute 3 on.
With that sub for Hervé Diesse and Tacoma Defiance, that's going to push Sukanome up, and that's going to push Brunel to that number 10 role. And Carly will sit next to Kingston. Sukanome scored a great brace against WAC last time out, so expect him to be full of confidence at that number 9 role.
Cross onto the roof of the net. Goal kick coming for Spokane. It's been a busy time here for Spokane. They will be back at home this weekend. They will take on Portland Hearts of Pine. Long away day for Portland. Spokane will return that trip later on in the year. Tacoma, though, trying to take some time on the ball. It was a lot of Spokane on the ball at the end of that first half. The possession, though, just in favor of Spokane, 51%. Towards the top of the area. It's Kingston who moves it out wide. Now another chance to cross, fired into a good area. Miller up for it. Spokane looking to clear. Vinyals was asking for a handball, never came. Switch of play. Taken by Gomez. Great first touch. Gomez looks into the middle. The header away. And Spokane get it out to midfield. Oh, look at that little flick. Gomez couldn't do much with it. Nice run of play.
As, hey, look what I can do. Little reverse ball into the path of Gomez. With a player like Carly, he can produce a little bit of magic in that final third.
Misplaced pass there, and Spokane will have a throw in here. Spokane looking for a way out here. Laid down the line, and now Spokane sprung free into the attack towards the top of the area. The square ball for Vinyals. Now Hernandez once on his left foot, and he lifts it out of play. Looking for the perfect moment there, and it didn't quite come.
Just need to be more intentional. First from Neil Vinyals, you have to continue your run as you pull out. Now the ball's behind you, and Hernandez is just so left-footed. He always wants to go into his interior. This level in a cup competition, you're never going to find the right opportunity. You have to make the most of it. Just not decisive or ruthless enough for Tacoma, Spokane Velocity.
Souza into the corner. Gomez couldn't get there. There's not been a whole lot of chances in this match. It's interesting that's been the case because Tacoma scored a lot of goals in all their games so far. 3 matches already, they've scored 8. It's a whistle, and back to Spokane it goes. Some pressure here. It's one back. Brunel tried to slide in Peter Kingston. They were not on the same page.
But Kingston just holds up his run, does all the hard work, picks a pocket, and it's actually a really clever ball in from Brunel. Just not on the same page for Tacoma Defiance.
Martin Heel moves it back for his goalkeeper, Ryan Bilichuk. It wasn't for Bilichuk's save late on in that round one game against Ballard FC. Spokane may not even be here. Long switch of play, Hernandez. Denton keeps it moving. Ishjom. Spokane have been looking for answers how to break down this Tacoma low block. Tacoma's been very stingy defensively tonight.
But it continues to break down, Josh, because they have the ability to break the initial line of pressure, but once they do that, they play negative again. Moments like this, you have to continue with the momentum. You have to play at a very high tempo and have more movement on the ball to create a little bit of different options, different angles, because everything has been in front of the two center backs of Tacoma Defiance, Hawkins and Yamada. Not once have they turned and faced their own goal.
Long upfield, Bilichuk watches this out of play. Just starting the second half here. The only other game going on right now in the Open Cup, Ventura County FC taking on El Paso Locomotive. So kick your feet up and enjoy some Open Cup action on this Wednesday night to close out round two.
Come on, Tacoma!
Now a throw in going Tacoma's way. Looking for that line-breaking pass, Sukanome. Not on the same page as Kang, the goal scorer from way early on in this game. If the score stays this way, I would assume we would see Luis Heel enter this game. Playmaker, number 10, the U.S. men's national team player, or at least in his past, a couple of caps to his name.
You have to think it'd be Heel for Meredith and John Brown for Akala. I think that would help for Spokane Velocity to break this mid to low block.
Minutes into the second half. It's pretty much continuing on as to what we saw in that first 45 minutes. Not a ton of tactical adjustments. Here's Miller and Ishjom.
Just a big disconnect between that back line and midfield line for Spokane velocity, just no pocket presence. Denton and Meredith having a really difficult time in understanding the spaces that they need to pick up.
Slipped ahead. Hernandez, the cross, all the way through the box and finally cleared. Like Kang wanted his goalkeeper to come and claim that. Instead, it was swept out of play. Here's Lodge. Joan with the cross. Hernandez went for it. Martin Heel. Heel goes for goal. It's a shot on target, but a straightforward save for Jacob Castro.
Love the intent here from Martin Heel. As he lets this play develop, he opens up space to come centrally. Unable to pick out a corner in the end. It's an easy save for Castro.
Ball just ran out of play. Hawkins calmly clears. Gomez. And it finds its way out wide for Carly. Carly cuts it in. Carly weaving. Carly looking for that near post and puts it out of play. There's some endeavor from Tacoma.
Carly has been fantastic since coming onto this field. Does all the hard work, lets momentum in his favor. He needs to pull the trigger right now. As he tries to go back on his preferred left foot, now he's leaning back, and notice how he just stabs at it. That's why he goes up and over the crossbar.
Spokane on the move, trying to catch Tacoma out here. Hernandez lays it off. Viñals still. Viñals saved. It was a little bit quicker.
Again, Hernandez just so left-footed, always wants to come centrally to his preferred left foot. He has so much space to go to the byline, but he elects to come centrally. So many touches from Neil Viñals yet again. That's 4 to get his shot off on target, straight at Castro, the goalkeeper.
Sukanome. Travian Souza. Another goal for Tacoma could spell some trouble for Spokane, but it's been Spokane who have had the chances in this second half. It's lofted over the top, nothing doing. Hernandez retreating, connecting with Lodge. That's a good look at how Tacoma wants to set up their defensive shape. This looks like a 4-4-2 defensively down the line. And Souza steps in. Hernandez. Spokane looks Looks like readying some subs here momentarily.
It's too narrow for McCauley. When that ball comes back across, you have to be as wide as you possibly can. It's a foul there.
Baker goes over. Free kick to Tacoma Defiance.
As you're about 10 yards, cut in from McCauley. Now it breaks down and it's going back the other way. Miller comes to the backside and affords Tacoma Defiance an opportunity just to put the ball into the dangerous area to double their lead.
Cameron Miller picked up a yellow card in that sequence as well. Substitution here, we'll see Junmo Kang come off for Jackson Corey. Corey, the Lebanon international, formerly with Tormenta. The Australian, 22 years old, will enter. And 2 subs preparing for Spokane here momentarily as well. Now the free kick, whipped into a good area. Meredith with the header away. Floated forward, Gomez, the header is wide. And now subs coming on for Spokane. We'll see Luis Heel and Colin Fernandez enter for Jack Denton and Bryce Meredith. Some fresh legs in the middle of the field. Talked about Luis Heel, the former U.S. men's national teamer, formerly with Union Omaha as well. And Colin Fernandez, who's played for a bevy of clubs, one of them being Tacoma Defiance. Back in 2020, made 8 appearances for the club.
This is just recognition from Lead Wiedemann to understand that you need to up the tempo, so you bring in 2 ball-dominant center midfielders.
Sukanome wide. No deflection. Bilichuk able to watch it fly by.
Good little action here from Sukanome. As a number 9, it's just so important that you can create your own space. Just pulls it at the end. Just going back to those subs for Spokane Velocity. Fernandez and Heel, 2 ball-playing center midfielders, so now expect the USL League 1 side to get on the ball a little bit more, but play at a very high tempo and really test Tacoma Defiance back line.
Show him with the cross, deflected away. Corner kick Spokane.
Previously in the 61st minute, there was a yellow card for Spokane player number 12, Cameron Miller.
Waiting on the in-swinger. Here it comes. Good initial defense there from Tacoma. Akale lofts it back in, and Defiance get it away. Loaded forward again. Off the chest of Castro, and he'll claim it. Sukanome trying to chase down this loose ball. Ball always moves a little bit faster. 25 minutes to go. Tacoma still clinging to that 1-0 lead that they got very early on. Officially in the 3rd minute scoring that goal. Play again. Throw in Spokane. They're the team that's trying to push the tempo in this game.
Great ball.
That is a great ball across. Looking for Akale, who just couldn't collect it.
Exactly what you expect from Colin Fernandez, the ability to switch the point of attack as well. Just hasn't been clean enough whatsoever for Spokane Velocity.
That's your first touch, Travian Souza.
He's been really good, Josh. On both sides of the ball, lockdown defender. And I love how he's defended Hernandez, who is dominant left-footed, so always trying to force him to his right side. Little things like that do quite well for a young man in terms of his development, because it shows that he can find real-time solutions and make real adjustments through gameplay.
As Hervé DSA specifically about Travian Souza, as he signed his first team contract this year, been a Tacoma player in his past. This is his 4th season with the club. He says now he almost has a different level of pressure on his shoulders to go out and perform, because he wants to show those first team coaches and the front office staff, the ownership, they're sitting in the bleachers on the far side, he can be a first team player. This is really the first taste he's getting here in 2025 with the first team.
And as a player, all you can ask for is just opportunities to continue to prove yourself, bet on yourself. It's a young man, 23 years of age, has everything in his locker. He's quick, he's big, left footer, can work up and down on the flank. So now it's just between the ears. It's holding him back.
Contact in the area. Referee says no as Viñals went down. He tried to continue on. That's exactly what now Tacoma will do with Gomez. Options all around. To put this towards goal, that was not what Tacoma was looking for there from Cody Baker.
Yeah, it's the wrong decision from Cody Baker. This needs to be lifted or put a little bit of texture on it and have it bend in to the path of an oncoming run. Just no real sense of urgency from this Spokane Velocity side.
Sukanome moves it out wide. Chance to shoot, it was blocked. Good connection there from Jackson Coury, who just came on. Coury gets it out wide again. Puts the cross in over everybody's head. It's not the easiest ball to handle by any means, and a very cheaply awarded corner kick to Spokane. We'll see if they can make it prove costly.
Right side of your screen, Miller and Lodge will probably be the intended targets here, so do not be surprised if you see them go towards that first post.
It's put in towards the near post. Jome is able to keep it. Spokane eventually settle it. Akale. Floating it over the top. Yamada again thumps it away, but does connect with Sukanome. Here's Sukanome. Looking in fields. Cody Baker leading the charge, moves it out wide. He continues his run. The cross comes in. Carly puts it back in the middle. Lodge with the header away. And it's thumped up fields. Feels like at times this game is starting to become open, and then both teams just want to settle.
Just comes down to the inability for Spokane Velocity to play through lines. They have not found any sort of rhythm when they recover the ball. Their first look is always back, so will not be surprised if we see Lead Veben dip into his bench. You have a player like Andre Lewis, John Brown, who can give you a little bit of spark and directness. So that's something that we have not seen from the Velocity as well. Someone just runs in behind and really tests the shape. On the other side for Tacoma Defiance, how quickly do you go to your bench and try to set up shop if you are Hervé Diesse? You know, as the head coach that he is, he wants to continue to press and wants to play on the front foot. If you can get that second goal here in a matter of minutes, now you can really put this game to bed.
This is maybe where some of that youthful energy that Hervé Diesse was talking about this week could come to the forefront as we get into the latter stages.
Just looking for someone to show a little bit of drive or passion for Spokane Velocity.
Martin Heel comes in the middle. Here's Carly. And now into the corner, Corey. Ball stays in play, there's no foul. And it's a goal kick. That's well worked by Spokane to get out of the corner. There's Fernandez. Spokane looking for a spark, and it looks like two subs preparing here momentarily. Martin Hill as well, tracking back defensively. Tacoma trying to get something going, appeals for a handball. They win the ball back immediately anyway.
And just look at the lack of intensity from Spokane Velocity. Players jogging around, not having the ability to close down space. For this Tacoma Defiance side, really comfortable when they get on the ball, especially into that final third as they win another corner kick.
Now a corner kick for Tacoma. Play it in short. Carly. Another cross and denied out of play.
We have 2 substitutions for the visiting team.
And substitutions now coming for Lee Veidman and Spokane. It is Siobhan John Brown and Derek Waldeck coming on for Masango Akale and Marky Hernandez. More fresh legs and mostly in wide positions here.
Now you have a little bit more versatility between John Brown and Waldeck. John Brown gives you legs, he gives you pace, and he gives you directness, something that has been lacking. While Waldeck will come a little bit more centrally, and he'll play as that left back, so Ish Jome will play at that left midfield role.
Derek Waldeck, very experienced at the pro level with North Texas, with Greenville, with one Knoxville. As this is ushered out of play. Siobhan John Brown, the Grenada international, formerly played with the New York Pan Cyprian Freedoms, who were eliminated from Open Cup tonight against Westchester. Last year, though, playing with Central Valley Fuego. Chances have just been few and far between, really, for both teams.
This game has been played in between both boxes. Just no one really. Good ball here.
There's Vinyals rolling this in, and it's an equalizer! Luis Hill coming off the bench and changing the game for Spokane Velocity.
It's the first time that we've seen Vinyals make a run from a number 10 role. And I love the first thing that he does, picks up his head. Great ball in, and Luis Hill playing in between both center backs. You do not need to hit it hard, just simply redirect it. No chance for Castro. First time that we've seen them play direct with willing runners, and they find the equalizer.
Not a surprise to see Luis Hill on the score sheet. Has now scored in 2 straight games for Spokane. Scored over the weekend in the 4-0 win against Greenville, and now here tonight to equalize for Spokane Velocity. Such an important player that they picked up last year, coming over from Union Omaha. And now we're back to square one, about 76 minutes later. And extra time now very much in the cards. Comes back into the middle, Miller to clear.
What a ball that was from Neil Vinyals. It's a player you and I continue to talk about throughout that first half, because he can find that final ball with the quality that he has. Between the center backs and the goalkeeper, it's a nightmare to deal with. Great goal. Lee Veidman needs to be very pleased with the fight from his side.
Floated forward and chested down. Maybe something on Corey for Souza. Deflected, it stays in play, and Spokane will prevent a corner kick.
Corey needs to pull the trigger here. On his preferred left foot, inside that 18-yard box, why not have a go?
Kingston. Loaded up. It looked like a push in the back, and the referee spotted it. Belichick to send this away. And the other game going on tonight, a couple of goals inside of 30 minutes for El Paso Locomotive. That game in the second half, about 30 minutes behind us. 2-0 is the score. And Ventura County FC currently down to 10 men. Well, Ricky, we had the late night crew last night. Might be sticking around for another night of it. Why not? Close out round 2.
It's only right. Get the chat involved as well.
There you go, exactly. Starting in the third round, CBS Sports will be showcasing these games on their various platforms. That starts tomorrow with the third round draw, 1 p.m. Eastern time on the CBS Sports Galazzo Network. Joe Malfa, Jamie Watson, Commissioner David Applegate will lead you through it. Baker working upfield, worked out wide. Cutting it in, curling effort! Oh, it stayed out! And the header's wide! How it stayed out, I'm not sure. Rattling the woodwork.
What a strike this is. Left footer coming inside. Creates a little bit of space. Crossbar and the post. Just so unfortunate for Tacoma Defiance. What an effort that was, because he has Belichick beat.
And Tacoma will go back to searching for another go-ahead goal. What a moment there.
I think that's in Carly. A great strike from the sub who came on. We'll see if that wakes up either side.
Down the line, heel, sliding challenge and out of play, corner kick. Waldeck on the corner kick. Served it in with some pace behind it, and he'll have another chance to do so. Another in-swinger on the way. This one right on top of the goalkeeper again. It looks like another corner kick.
About the service from Waldeck, just fantastic. Right in the danger zone. A lot of pace, a lot of movement. So if you are Cody Baker, at that near post zone, you have to go out and attack anything that you can.
Waiting for a third successive corner kick here. Still holding this. Referee now over to talk with the AR here on the near side. Christopher Calderon has the answer he was looking for. It's Kaito Yamada that is being helped off the field here. Now the in-swinger, put right on top of the keeper. And more players ended up in the net than anything. It will go back to Tacoma. Those are some dangerous corner kicks from Waldeck.
Flawless in the placement where Waldeck puts this ball in. Just a nightmare to deal with it, and there is a lot of contact on Castro, and he does quite well to push it up and away.
Neil Vignals is exiting this game. It is Andre Lewis who will come on. And Lee Veidman has now exhausted all 5 of his substitutions here in regulation. Remember, Andre Lewis scored a tremendous goal last year against Ballard. One of the last kicks of the game at Memorial Stadium in Seattle against Ballard FC in round number 1. Here's Travian Souza now, finding space. Souza trying to turn the corner, and it's a foul against Souza. Back to Spokane.
It's well done here by Hill. He's had his handful all night with Souza, and he does quite well in this instance to stand up on top. Picks the pocket, but also takes the contact as well.
Another whistle, and another time it'll go back the other way.
Nice little pocket.
This cross comes in. Sukanome hits the crossbar again. Tacoma can't buy one right now. Hitting the woodwork twice in the last few minutes.
Love this run from Sukanome. Notice at the last second slashes across Marcelo Lage. Whole ball needs to walk over that line, and it does not. Good no call by our officiating crew to see it.
In-swinger, head of the way by Lage. See, they've hit the woodwork twice. It was actually 3 times, but twice in one shot. Carly working in the corner, winning another one. Tacoma and Spokane, first ever meeting, leaving it late into 4 minutes of stoppage time. In-swinger lofted up, back post. Ball stays in. Corey. Corner kick. Another chance to whip this one in. Back post. Knotted clear. Snyder Brunel after it. I'll let it run out of play. Comes into the middle. Looking for Gomez. This is out of play again. It's another corner kick for Tacoma. Play this in towards the top of the area, looking for a different angle on the cross. Baker puts it in. And a foul against Tacoma. Spokane trying to go as quick as they can. Got 2 minutes to go. Looking to play in behind. Flag is up. Advantage being played. Travian Sousa now. Bumping shoulders with Siobhan John Brown and out of play. Time running thin on both teams. Otherwise, we'll play 30 more minutes tonight from Starfire. A lot of memorable moments here at Starfire in this competition over the years. This is the 30th Open Cup match in the modern era to be played on this field. Final 30 seconds. Spokane is used to playing extra time in this competition. They played it in the first round. They played 2 extra time games of their 3 a year ago. No strangers to it. They're also no strangers to late winners. I'll have one more chance here with Ish Jom. Trying to get end line. Cross comes in. Heel into the corner and saved off the line. Oh, it was slow motion trickling towards the corner. Still not done. Waldeck. It's a corner kick. There will be no time to take it. And we have 30 more minutes from Starfire.
We reach the end of regulation with the score tied at 1-1. Per U.S. League Open Cup rules, all matches must have a winner.
1-1 our score after 90 minutes. We will play 30 minutes more to see who will be in the hat in round number 3 for the draw tomorrow. Highlights from these 90 minutes. And if you are just joining us, scoring got started in the 3rd minute, very early on.
Love the movement on the attacking third for Tacoma. Defiance starts with Rosario. He pulls it back, and Kang is there at the doorstep to find the back of the net. And Spokane, we continue to ask for someone to be direct within their movement. Neil Vinas, great ball in across. Luis Heel, the leader of this side, finds it back on net. And going back the other way, you thought Carly had the game winner. Not 1 post, but 2. He has Belichick beat. They can't do it again, can they? Sukuname, last second, flashed it across Marcel Lodge, and he gets denied by the crossbar. 3 posts in 2 instances. Unable to find the back of the net for Tacoma Defiance. But watch number 10 in your center of your screen. Backing up, backing up. A little bit of hesitation. Who's going to take it? Who's going to make the initial play? At the end, it's Yamada to clear the line. And 1-1. And we play 30 more minutes, Josh.
Both teams with 10 shots. Tacoma, though, with only the one on target. That's all they needed to find their first goal.
Efficiency at its finest for Tacoma Defiance, but if you're Lee Wiedemann, you have to be the happier of the two managers going in to this extra time, because all momentum is at your back. So if you can score a goal early in extra time, that can set you up for some success.
So that is where we stand. We will have extra time on the way from Starfire here in just a few moments. Back here at Starfire Sports Complex, Tukwila, Washington, ready to go for extra time. 1-1 between Tacoma and Spokane. Tacoma scoring in the 3rd minute, very early on tonight. And then the response from Luis Seal 76 minutes later, in the 79th minute. 3 subs to tell you about for Tacoma. Danny Robles, Charlie Gaffney, and Leo Burney all entering. And leaving the field, Yu Sukanome, Snyder Brunel, and Cody Baker. Burney in his first professional season out of Penn. Also played 3 years with Ballard FC. Charlie Gaffney also played at Penn, also played with Ballard FC. Danny Robles back with Tacoma after spending 3 years with Northern Colorado. It looks like Burney has shifted into that center back role. And here we go. Time for extra time. Not a whole lot has changed in this game from the first half into the second. Now we'll see with the injection of some of these substitutes where we go from here. Both teams allowed 1 more sub and 1 more substitution window. The only player for Tacoma, the only field player that hasn't played for Tacoma is Biram Joe. For Spokane, David Garcia, all of them, or both those players rather, are defenders. Foul in the middle, and a free kick.
I have to think when it gets so deep into a match, the legs start to get heavy, and mistakes start to occur. So winning those crucial moments in both boxes is going to be the difference between both of these teams. Whether it's a set piece, a silly mistake, or someone just producing a little bit of brilliance can be the difference between staying alive and going home.
Hervé DSA said he had a conversation with Brian Schmetzer this week, and Schmetzer basically said, why not you guys? Why can't you guys be the one to make a run in this competition? You got to win the next game. That's what Hervé DSA said. We got to take care of our business. Spokane on the ball. Floated forward. The header to steer this away. And taken by Castro. Tacoma, now their time to be on the ball. I believe they didn't score there at the end of regulation with the chances they had. Hitting the bar on a few occasions. Souza puts the service in. Now it's worked out wide for Carly. Down the line, chance to cross, header, off the bar again! Oh, they can't buy one right now. The third time hitting the woodwork.
Just incredible for Tacoma Defiance, because they've done everything right.
But not quite.
Not quite. The movement, getting themselves into that final third. Just that final action continues to haunt them, putting the ball into the back of the net, because they've beat Bilichuk 3 times now. Just his best friends, which are his post and his crossbar, coming to save the day.
Slipped ahead one more time for Gomez, cutting it back, and this one skied into the trees. A lot of chances here for Tacoma. They won't show up as shots on target, but they've been close.
Just incredible. It's Carly making that run from a deep line position that pops up, and then going back to the way it's Gomez. Rises up a great way, does everything right, just gets denied by the crossbar. Just so unfortunate for Tacoma Defiance.
Played back, and it's Bilichuk to get it away. There's Lewis, and now Cameron Miller with the big club on his right arm. Going to come centrally, Martin Hill behind the intended target of Luis Hill. Travian Souza. Gomez making the forward run. I think a half hour ago he may have gotten to that one, but it is all about fitness right now. And talking to Lee Wiedman, it has been a tough go of it here in the early portion of the season. Talking about the Ballard game specifically, they said they really had to rotate a lot because managing the squad has been a priority. They had some players come in late in preseason. The weather gave them some issues as well in Spokane. So they haven't really gotten everybody to 90 minutes fit, but the guys that are out there are giving it their all. And I wonder if we'll see David Garcia at some point. Just trying to spell one more player for Spokane Velocity.
Well, at least both of these coaches can use this as a fitness and a measuring stick. continue to build fitness as MLS Next Pro and USL League One are in relatively early stages of their season.
And RVDSA said they had to play a friendly against some local teams over the last few weeks just to keep the fitness, because they haven't played since the first round game against Washington Athletic Club.
WAC.
Or WAC.
There you go.
Either works.
US Open Cup after dark, it's WAC.
What, US Open Cup after dark is WAC, or WAC is
Oh,
WAC?
good move.
On the turn.
No, we call it WAC since we're Open Cup after dark. The chat will back me up there.
Okay, gotcha. Play this over the top, bounces once, runs out of play, and goal kick to Spokane. 8 minutes gone in this opening period of extra time. Out of play, and Tacoma get a throw in. Last night we did get some drama in Lancaster, California, late night extra time. A late goal for AV Alta to knock out LAFC 2. Gomez looking in the middle, back post, still available, weaving through, cutting it back, it trickles over the line. Edson Carley scores for Tacoma. 2-1 Defiance.
He's been fantastic since coming off of the bench. Edson Carley, right side of your screen, left footer, so always wants to get into his preferred left foot. As this ball comes across, really clever, because everyone thinks this ball is going to be sweated back across to that top of the 6-yard box. Eludes Waldeck. Milisha comes off of his line, takes a little bit of a deflection, and it's off to the corner to celebrate. He got denied by the crossbar and post earlier, not this time, and he finds it back in the net to give Tacoma Defiance a lead in extra time.
Carley has now scored in back-to-back games for Tacoma, the 17-year-old academy product from nearby Shoreline. And now Tacoma have an advantage for a second time tonight. And for a second time tonight, Spokane will be looking for an equalizer. It was a dynamic sub brought on at halftime for RVDSA, and it's paying off. Move towards the end line. Javier Martin Gil. His cross denied, but a corner kick coming for Spokane. The in-swinger from Waldeck. Back post! And onto the roof of the net. So many times in this game, both teams have been inches away from scoring.
This time it's Marcelo Lodge does well to come over the top of his defender, unable to head it down.
Travian Souza gonna keep it in play, but Tacoma not able to keep it. Fernandez turns it over, and now Tacoma on the move. 2 minutes expired tonight. Lodge now has to chase this down. Corey in hot pursuit. It's Bilichuk to get it away. Gomez, that did not stay in play. Here's Jom. Rolling it down the line. Cross by Waldeck blocked. Throwing on the way. Jom towards the top of the area. Moved out wide for Martin Gil. Lewis pops it up. Lewis again trying to feed it into the middle, nothing on. Cameron Miller. Waldeck. Long spell here for Spokane. 17 minutes to find another goal. Otherwise, their open cup will end right here. Looks like David Garcia is preparing to come on here. Blue shirt on and ready to go. Lewis tried something fancy in the middle, but the referee will bring this back. The advantage was being played. The advantage didn't come to be. Sliding challenge put in. It won't matter. Fernandez puts it out for a throw-in. Now both teams appear to be preparing those final subs. Martin Gil. 1 minute added on. Floated in, heads up, and the header is well wide. Anwar Pelaez up to meet it. Not able to direct it on target.
He's had a really frustrating game, Pelaez. Unable to redirect this ball back on target. He does all the hard part, which beats his individual marker to meet the ball. Just unable to guide it towards Castro. Haven't really had the service that he would be hoping for. Unimpactful whatsoever.
Foul against Pelaez there. Hawkins on the ground. Tactics board is out for Spokane there. For our intermission, we will have it in just a moment. And that is the end of the first period of extra time. So 15 minutes down, still 15 more minutes to go. It's Tacoma that have regained a lead here at Starfire. 2-1 in favor of Tacoma Defiance. The highlights from that first 15 minutes. And it will be highlighted by the goal, but more close opportunities first.
That's Gomez this time. Flashes across his marker. Does everything right. And as this ball comes back across, just look at the numbers. For Tacoma Defiance, 5 players giving you 5 options. Great move from Gomez. And Carly, the sub, he came onto this field and he seemed up for it. A little bit of skill, a deflection from Bilichuk right through the legs, and off to the court to celebrate because Tacoma Defiance take the lead. This was the best opportunity for Spokane Velocity. Miller rises up, unable to get it underneath the crossbar.
It was sub for both teams. We will tell you all about it in just a moment. It's 2-1 to Tacoma.
We have 2 substitutions. One for the visiting team. Leading the match is number 5, Marcelo Lage for Spokane Velocity FC. Entering is number 4, David Garcia. For your Defiance, leading the match is number 90, Sebastian Gomez. Entering is number 31, Bename Gia.
Ready to go for the second period of extra time. Thanks for staying up with us tonight, wherever you're watching from. With Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Josh Eastern. Last night of round 2 of the 2025 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. There's the whistle, here we go. 15 more minutes, subs on both sides. Biram Joe has come on for Sebastian Gomez. That's the defender coming on for an attacker for Spokane. David Garcia for Marcelo Lage. Change at center back for Spokane. Both teams have exhausted all 6 of their substitutions. Spokane looking for something here late on. Jome. Lewis plays it in the middle, bouncing through, flag up for offside. For a moment as to who is to take this. Tacoma put it back in play and like to go long and bypass some of that pressure. 2 center backs running into each other. David Garcia just onto the field. Cameron Miller played 105 minutes with Marcelo Lage next to him. Here's Carly, the goal scorer. Carly rolling it back in front and couldn't connect with Jackson Corey.
Yeah, it's a good idea from Carly, trying to put it into the path of Corey. Those two have came onto this field and really changed the way that Tacoma Defiance attacks, and I love the secondary movement from Corey. Once he gives the ball, continues his run. Just too much weight from Carly.
Miller long over the top, and Spokane not able to keep that one in play. Corey trying to keep it, not able to. Heel for Jome. Spokane looking for a way forward, but Tacoma's done well really all night long, getting bodies back defensively.
Just no presence on the wide parts of the field. Jome comes centrally. Waldeck needs to recognize that a bit quicker, because if he does, now that's an outlet that Jome can play into. Like you just mentioned, Josh, you play negative, and all 11 players behind the ball for Tacoma Defiance.
Lewis for Jome. Lewis serves. Header away. Strong header there by Bernie. With again for Jome. Jome lifts the cross in. It was too tall for Pelaez. Fernandez couldn't collect it, but it smashed out of play. Throw in to Spokane. And we get some late night drama here to close out this U.S. Open Cup second round.
Open Cup after dark.
Here we are. Third round will start on the 15th. Jome.
Great defending.
That ball went out of play, I believe. Yes, it did, but it was for a corner kick.
Really good defending from Gaffney. They like for like with Jome.
Now the in-swinger. Back post, header down and cleared. Lewis floating it in again. Indeed, that is a foul. Two hands right in the back of Joe. Behind is Gaffney. Spokane quick to win it back. Seems like Tacoma doesn't really have much interest in keeping possession. They're happy to defend.
Just trying to play everything away from their defending goal. And trying to play this game in their attacking third.
All over the top, flag up for offside.
Quite the atmosphere here as well. A lot of fans cheering like they're at an Ice Spice concert.
Yeah, you would know, huh?
Give me all the Ice Spice.
Let's mention, I think, 2 straight nights. Must be a big fan.
Huge.
Yeah.
Bigger fan of the chat, though.
Flag up for offside against Tacoma. The urgency kicking up for Spokane as the seconds tick away. Another clearance away. Corey. Here's Waldeck to serve again. Diving header away.
How good has the box defending been for Tacoma Defiance for the last 30 minutes or so? Have not lost any of their marks. First to every 50-50 ball and clearing their lines. Talk about MLS Next Pro trying to develop young pros. Winning is a part of development. Understanding the moments and how to deal with pressure. This back line has been really impressive for the Tacoma Defiance side.
Everything right now being denied by Tacoma. Here's Lewis. Down the line again. Chance to cross, deflected, out of play. Goal kick. Came off of Javier Martin Gil.
If I'm lead Wiedemann for the remainder of this game, for the remainder of the 6+, I'm telling my boys just to play direct, just to cause chaos. Yes, you want to play football the right way, but it's all about surviving and advancing. Be efficient as possible and try to win second balls and gain some real estate higher up the field.
Here's Waldeck. Trying to turn the corner, it's cut back. Javier Martin Gil denied again. It's a throw into Spokane. They are putting the pressure on late. And they're saying that goal, the second goal that is for Tacoma, is an own goal off of Marcelo Lage. Harley might claim it anyway. As this cross comes in, it's denied, it's a corner kick.
As an attacking player should.
Right, of course. So that's why there is still only one shot on target this entire game for Tacoma. Cross coming in, punched away by Castro. Heads go up again, and a whistle will go the other way.
Great goalkeeping from Castro. He's had some nervy moments, especially early on. But since that, he's been tidy, he's been disciplined, he's been decisive, and all you can ask for as a goalkeeper. Notice how he clears his lines to punch it up and away. Now you have time to reset and give your players the opportunity to challenge for the second ball. As John Brown comes over the back of a player. Good call by our officiating crew.
Looks like the rain is really coming down now. It's exactly what you want. This is the Pacific Northwest, Ricky. This is what happens. Liquid sunshine.
We need all the chaos now.
Chuck will come up and just touch this into play. Or not. It will be Waldeck to take it. Waldeck serves. Heads go up. Shoot off to the near side. Luis Hill blocked. Another big defensive play for Tacoma Defiance. Waldeck Waldeck puts it back into the mixer, and Tacoma get it out. Bilichuk takes it on the volley and just sends it upfield. This will carry him all the way into the corner, and that's Castro to come and claim it. Stolen away, Waldeck. Trying to look through the middle, nothing on.
Wrong decision from Souza. No need to try to play a diagonal ball on the ground. Easily gets picked off. Going back to that chance for Luis Heel. What a last-ditch defending effort that was for Kingston, who's had a tremendous game in the center of the park for Tacoma Defiance.
Loaded forward again. Fernandez couldn't get the shot away. Tacoma racing back the other way. Charlie Gaffney, fresh legs. A substitute here in extra time. Carly plays it back. Here's Jackson Corey. Couldn't take it off of Garcia. I'm hearing there will be 1 minute added on, so still about 90 seconds to go. Waldeck. Rain teeming down here in Tukwila. Here's Jome. Knocked away. 1 minute added on. Cross in, header down and away. Corey just getting it away from goal. Waldeck again. Deflected cross. Put out of play for a throw and about 30 seconds to go. Cross fired in, popped up into the air, bicycle kick on target and saved. And that should get Tacoma to the finish line.
Falls perfectly for Anwar Pelaez. And what a moment this could have been for Spokane Velocity. Makes clean contact, not enough power on it, straight at Castro.
One more opportunity. It's a minimum 1 minute, remember. Clearance away. That is full time. It is over. Tacoma Defiance take out Spokane Velocity in extra time. They are moving on to the third round.
What a moment for Tacoma Defiance. What a defensive effort from Hervé DSA's boys. They were compact from front to back. They never wavered, and they won every 50-50 duel. For Spokane Velocity, just not enough bite. Toothless in the attacking third. Tacoma Defiance punched their ticket into the next round.
To recap what we saw tonight, a long time ago, the sun was still shining. In the third minute, Tacoma got on the board first.
Great move from Tacoma Defiance. The options in the final third, and Kang is there to push it away. You see what it means to him. And then Luis Hill, he comes into this game and completely changes the dynamic. He's a bit more versatile. He has a willingness to want to get on the end of things, and he draws it even at the 80th minute. But as we go into overtime, back across right side of your screen, Carly does all the hard work, eludes one defender, and it is a little bit of an own goal. Marcelo Lodge is there, gets a wicked deflection. Doesn't matter how it goes in, just matters that it does go in. And Tacoma Defiance, much like an Ice Spice concert, are dancing into the next round.
March Madness is over, but we still got plenty of madness here in the Open Cup. Just one shot on target for Tacoma Defiance. That's enough, though, to get the win.
Efficiency, but it was all about their defensive efforts for Hervé DSA. They won every single 50-50 duel in the box. Their positioning was flawless, and they well deserved as they advance into
to the U.S. Open Cup.
That'll do it for our coverage tonight. Don't forget to watch the third round draw. It will be tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on the CBS Sports Galazzo Network. That does it for round 2 of the U.S. Open Cup. For our entire crew, broadcast partner Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Josh Eastern saying so long. Thanks for being with us. We'll talk to you in the third round in 2 weeks. Tacoma, moving on.